Martha remembered when her family was happy. Her husband Simon wanted to provide well for her and their 3 children, so he moved the family to the city. He found a good job that paid a living wage, and the family of 5 lived in peace. Over time, Simon befriended a bad group who followed the workday with drinking and carousing. His family's peace soured. Soon, Simon was an alcoholic, and the financial security his job had once provided evaporated. He borrowed money to pursue his pleasures and struggled to pay it back, falling into debt. At home, quarreling erupted as Martha watched Simon drain away the income that should have provided food and school supplies for their children. After several years of recklessness, Simon suffered a heart attack, but it was not the wake-up call to responsible living Martha had hoped for. Once Simon recovered, he went right back to his wild living. Fed up, Martha took her 3 children and moved to live with her parents, but her financial struggles followed her. Martha could not find work, and happiness remained a stranger to the now fatherless family. One day, Martha met local GFA Pastor Andrew and welcomed him into their home. Martha told Pastor Andrew about her husband's choices and her difficulty providing for her kids. Pastor Andrew encouraged the lonely wife from God's word and prayed for her family's situation. His words of hope and prayers brought peace to Martha. For the first time in years, she wondered if their lives might improve. Maybe Jesus would bring joy back into their lives. With Martha's permission, Pastor Andrew called Simon to counsel and pray for him. The pastor's words touched Simon's heart. The estranged father wanted a new life. Martha, hopeful this intervention had changed her husband, moved back to their former home. Pastor Andrew visited Simon and Martha, discipling them in the Lord's ways. Martha grew in her trust and commitment to Jesus. But Simon's change didn't last long. His addictions kept pulling him back to a life of debauchery and excess. Eventually, Simon abandoned his family, disappearing completely from their lives. Martha worried every day how to feed and clothe her children and buy them notebooks for school, but she determined to trust Jesus, even when there was no food for dinner. She faithfully took her children to worship him at church each Sunday, and the believers helped Martha's family in their time of crisis. Though grateful for the occasional gifts of food, Martha longed to earn an income with her own hands. One day, Martha learned that Pastor Andrew would distribute gifts for several needy people in the area, and she attended the gift distribution event. To her astonishment, she was presented with a pull cart. Joy filled her heart as she pushed the cart home, possibilities racing through her mind. With a pull cart, Martha could start her own business and finally provide for her family. Martha started selling vegetables. She piled her cart high with produce and wheeled it to the market, where her mobile business blossomed into a steady income to support her family. All 3 of her children were able to stay in school, and Martha no longer agonized over how to put food on the table. Jesus had brought joy back into their lives, and Martha would trust him the rest of her days.